Hey there, everybody. I am what you call evil Sadler. I like to think of it as being bad Sadler. I don't know why the negative has to be construed as evil. Bad is bad enough. And this is the first of who knows how many of these videos where I'll get to say my piece out to you and maybe counteract some of the work that Greg Sadler's been doing. You can call me Gerg so that we can distinguish me from Greg. And the first thing I want to talk about today is all of this emphasis on reading primary texts when it comes to philosophy. You don't need to do that. As a matter of fact, just, reading Wikipedia articles, that's probably good enough. If you really, really need to have a book in your hands, why not just stick with this? Bertrand Russell's A History of Western Philosophy. A lot of people think that it's really great, and you can think that it's really great too. You can read what Russell has to say and parrot it, and that's really all we do in philosophy anyway, isn't it? Just talk a lot, we don't get anywhere. I've got a whole stack of books here that I think you don't need to actually read. Let's talk about them. John Locke, An Essay Concerning Human Understanding. Look at how thick this book is. Do you think he understands anything? If it was a good book, it would be nice and short. As a matter of fact, let's take a nice short book in here. We don't have too many of them, but this is shorter. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. What kind of a loser writes an ethics to his son? I mean, if he was a good dad, his son would be ethical already, wouldn't he? And, this copy is actually just full of all sorts of notes and things like that. You don't need all that garbage. Being in time? You're already being. You're already in time. You don't need this garbage to read your way through and find out about equiprimordials and logos and phenomenology and being towards death. You're going to find out death is soon enough, sooner or later. Kierkegaard's Philosophical Fragments. Why do you have to write a whole book of fragments? And it's a disappointment because these aren't fragments. They're long, long chapters with all of this verbiage about God and Socrates and Diogenes and the eternal. He doesn't even write under his own name. He's some other guy. Epicurus' Discourses. He didn't write down his own stuff. This is from Arian. How do you know any of this is real and not just all made up? Maybe Stoicism is very different than what Epictetus or Arian is telling you. Don't rely on this. Anselm of Canterbury, the major works. I mean, who reads this crap? The Monologion, Proslogion, Why God Became Man, the various theological treatises. I mean, if people were reading this a lot, they could be major works, but not that many people go through these things anymore. Here's another obscure one, Lucretius on the Nature of the Universe, a nice poem, but there's no poetry in it. It's all prose. Why read this? Can't we just summarize up the Epicureans with eat, drink, be merry, because tomorrow you're going to die? Why would you have to know anything about the universe? And then, another one from ancient stuff, Seneca, the Letters on Ethics, also known as the Moral Letters, or the Letters to Lucretius. These are long letters. Would you want to get letters like this from somebody preaching Stoicism to you, telling you all this stuff that you don't really need to know? Probably not. Boring stuff. And finally, we come to the biggest offender of all, Hegel's Phenomenology of Spirit. Can't you just read some nice summary of this? Secondary works are there to be the bridge for you, to help you understand all of these things. Think of all the websites that are available to you to give you summaries, spark notes, the various encyclopedias. There's no need anymore for anybody to read Plato or Aristotle or Epictetus or Seneca, all the way down to contemporary stuff. You've got other people to do the thinking for you. Why bother? That's my message for you today. maybe this will help to corrode and counteract some of the work that the other guy, the one who's not negative, but calls himself Good Greg, maybe this will tear down some of that work and pull the wool that's been over your eyes, away from your eyes, drop the scales, whatever metaphor you like. Give it a shot. Read a secondary work today. Put aside all of your books that have to do with original, thinkers and texts. Go out and get yourself some nice summaries, and then sit around the coffee house or the bar or wherever you like to be and spout your stuff.